Come on. We are back once again with those Hollywood trades. And we are back on Nasdaq. I have not made a forecast since we were around this area. I think it was about under 2 weeks ago now. But everything has delivered exactly how I imagined it when we were here. Yeah, it was here. This next day. Um, This next day, we rallied, swept the highs right here. And I did say that we would play these levels. We would play basically these two candles would tell us everything we need to know. And I expected it to do a few days of a retracement to correct this, sweep this potentially. But everything happened exactly like that. I won't say, of course, you never know what'll happen in this market, but everything was pretty much right on point with this. And then, of course, once we do this, we do what? We go back to the highs because there's a large amount of stops right up under here in this fair value gap. And so once we do that, boom, we do another continuation, classic bull flag type of deal. And then you do an extension. In this case, I mean, you could say this was a continuation, but in my analysis, a continuation closes beyond this range. So this was an impulse reaction more than a what I would say continuation. The price motion handbook is now available. So I don't know. I don't think I'm able to share that link in here. I have to figure out what the rules are because I know last time I tried to share, I didn't even try to share my YouTube link. They just basically just told me that I was on a warning if I tried to share the YouTube link, unless I had a premium account, which I don't need because I have everything I need here, plus more because I have a very old account. So that I guess they just let me get away with stuff. But anyway, let's get back to the reading. This was, like I said, not a continuation. We did run into this right here. So with us picking up these orders here, I do believe we have enough gas now to get back into some of these areas we have not retested. As we know, my X usually means X marks the spot on something that is suspiciously untested. So this being suspiciously untested right here, I believe that we'll clean some of this up, if not all of this or most of this, and then potentially tap this or potentially clear this up because this is a break point here, break point here, break point here. None of this has been, this is all just very, if you look at it, it's just very, break and retest. So even if we did want to go into all-time highs at some point, you would want to collect all of this before we go there so we'd have a little more steam, unless they just want to just go and then fall back down and just play some sick weekly, quarterly range type of deal. And that would just be weird as far as I'm concerned anyway. So we are going to keep an eye on this key level here because this is somewhat of a weekly type of deal on this level. I think some weekly order block type of deal. I'm going to go up to the weekly. Let's see here. Yep, we are dealing with this liquidity here, here. Hit the balancing point. So we did hit the mid range of this bar, which is the order block. And then we did come back down. So I believe, and if you look at the weekly, the most suspicious part of this weekly is, and I don't even want to mark it because it's fair value gap here. I'm not going to mark it. So I'm just more interested in this here. I'm just more interested in these lows. So I'm going to change this to failed retest type of deal. This right here, I'm gonna actually change this to testing right here. This is a testing ground. Let me go ahead and make sure my charts are clean. Always keep my charts lined up on the time frame. So this is more of a testing ground type of level right now. It was an X, as we see, is where I had already called that out. It was just suspiciously untested, right? It just is what it is. Again, we don't know what's going to happen in these charts, but you can kind of expect different things when you know what you've seen before. And so, again, I have seen these untested areas just be tested. And so we really want our main issue in the lows is going to be here. We would like to see this be tested. This is something, either this or this. So basically, in this week's candle, now we do have an implied OB, which we closed over this level here. So this level could act as support, but with it not currently acting as support as of yet visibly, which would mean we just kind of remain above this level, then you have resistance. You have all these levels of resistance. I mean, super far away here, absorbing this, right, and then rejecting back down below the order block. This is a weekly order block, so as the price progresses to show us what it wants, just like if this was a minute chart, if this was a minute candle and then these were minutes down and then we come back up, is usually a multiple candle testing of that. So in this case, it would have been 4 minutes so far of testing. And on the minute chart, you would expect that to be tested for about 5, it could be 10 minutes, on the minute chart. But this being a larger time frame, more liquidity should be available in these exchanges. So either way, there's no guarantee. There's no obligation for the price to test these lows. Nothing is given or promised in the market. So what I would want to see, I just want to see us, I'm more bearish here because we haven't absorbed anything. We can build buys, but then even so, we would want to see closing aboves on this time frame, which is the 4 hour, which is what you would say an intraday-ish time frame. So I don't foresee any closing above. This was, if anything, down, right? These closes here would be suspicious. This is a range. We're in an inside range. This is an inside range. This is technically the mother candle. This is the lowest reaching. What I always say, if you're a short or if you're bearish, you would look for that lowest reaching candle and then look at what happens at the high of that candle. That's the bar method, what they would call candle range theory, but I just simplified it into just that one main idea, is that you would just look for the lowest candle and then look for the high to be interacted with. So in this case here, I would just call this, I would say this was a soup, a bearish soup. That's what I would call that. So with that bearish soup or bearish CRT, whatever you want to call it, we're expecting, right? We're just expecting it to potentially come down here, even if this would have been another souping on this morning so far, right here, where you get a down, This is the lowest candle of this stretch, right? inside of the inside bar stretch. So we're monitoring this as of right now. And as of this morning, you'll have the very confusing pattern. I don't know what ICT is saying this morning. I haven't kept up with anything. I don't usually keep up with what he says. I usually hold my own, but so far we have this order block here. And what I'm gonna do is, because this is not the real main order block, is way up here somewhere. So as we know, to keep the chart making sense, this is not the main order block. So I'll just say this is a bearish key level, which basically means order block. And so that's pretty much what we have so far this morning. There is no, what do you call, there is no fair value gapping, actually slight fair value gapping right here. And you know what? I will mark that because that matters. So we do have the new week opening gap, which may or may not play on price. I'm not exactly sure if I expect this to play on price at all. But that is the gap. There is nobody inside of that gap, really. So this is just everything I'm looking at right now. Monday, you are pretty much gambling. This is the point of control as well. So there's a lot of orders here. We are sitting above the point of control. It doesn't mean anything because we are bearish. So I wouldn't say that we are bullish here. There is this IFVG fair value gap that is holding. This is just a really, really strange area. I'm not really looking into any trading here in this area. Actually, this has been balanced, but we have not closed above or below this zone. This is just pretty much where you just would not want to get your money taken on a Monday. I might listen to ICT a little bit. We do have, this is the lowest block of this run. Its high has been tested, and we are failing to close above that high. So again, we are still receiving what I believe to be a bearish signal. All of this is souping. I'll say, actually, this is testing because we don't know. We don't know what's going on there yet. We haven't created a bearish close since it tested. And that would be the only way that I would mark it as anything other than a testing level. But that's pretty much it. We did collect, this is the lowest low inside of here. Well, in here, but inside this body, this is the lowest low. We did collect that, and then we are delivering up. It's just a Monday. We don't have, I mean, what? The market hasn't opened, obviously, but so far the highest peak volume did happen at 3 a.m. in London here. They let go and then stop hunt, right? Stop hunt. And that's what my power level signal would indicate with the lightning strike, is that the stop hunt was successful. But right now we have not gotten a bearish close, so that stop hunt is not successful. Again, you all can go over to pricemotionhandbook.com and grab that handbook if you want that. It is $27 on sale right now, full price $47 on a 2-week sale cycle. I always just hope that everything I'm looking at is pretty simple to me, and then I hope it's simple to others second. So hope you get something out of this. Again, our average volume, we have average below the midline, and then we are also in a volumetric impulse wave coming down. It is in a retracement. If we do get another wave going down, of course, it'll wave up and then extend back out once again. So that's just kind of the pattern we're seeing. these lows. This low obviously is the low, the nearest low to be targeted, and then these two lows here, and that would line up with the 4-hour also, as well as the daily forecast. We do have some upside that we could potentially rebalance here, but seeing as how this sharp up has been closed below, and then all this has been balanced price range. This could all from here to up to here and back down could all be seen as a balanced price range, and we shouldn't have to come back above this level to test anything. There's no fair value gap in this range. We have closed below this bullish candle as well as this bullish candle. So all these levels in the bar method, you just use each candle level. If you're closed below it, it should become resistance. If you're closed above it, it should become support. So that's pretty much what we're looking at here. I mean, like, again, I'm not no market wizard. I just know what I've seen before. I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to get rid of these. Let's clean some of this up. But that's pretty much it for the day. Hopefully I can stay on top of things this week and get some more forecasts going. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe.